So I just wanted to give you a bit of background with the new assets that we've developed this year. It was on the back of some research that we did last year. So we all know that 18% of the population smoke, and that hasn't really moved. The dial hasn't really moved in the last couple of years. It was 19%, 17%. So it's a bit frustrating that that rate has stayed the same, because we do know that people want to quit and they're actively trying to quit. So we wanted to look at how could we maybe improve some of the offline and online elements of the support that's offered. And what I mean by that is in terms of a communications point of view. So things that I can actively change to help improve that. So then we were able to use these insights after the research to improve some of the materials and messaging, and basically identify what we could change. And then around the same time, we wanted to look at the free NRT that was launched. So that was February 2023, where that was officially kind of announced, and it was a bit of a soft launch, and we didn't really actively promote it too much. So we wanted to get a read on what people thought of the NRT and any kind of barriers that they had around that. So that was a big piece of research that we did last year. So we spoke to stop smoking advisors, we spoke to service users. So those were people who had successfully used the service, they were smoke-free. We also spoke to service users who'd used the service, but they'd relapsed. And then on the other hand, we also spoke to non-service users, so smokers or people who might have quit on their own and never used the service, never wanted to use the service, because that's obviously a big cohort of the population that will never engage with the HSE, which is fine, but still a very valuable group to speak to. So we reviewed loads of things. I'm not going to go into everything that we reviewed with those groups. So just to give you an idea, we looked at the quit kit, the quit plan, any other printed materials that were on offer for people, the text messages people got, emails that were sent out, the website content. We talked about NRT, about vaping. We also showed them the social media assets as well. We spoke about key messages, so that 28 days message, and we also spoke to the advisors around some of the challenges that were faced when delivering their service. So yeah, as I said, the discussion really with the stop smoking advisors was around NRT and how it was a game changer. There was a lot of chat around clients looking for free NRT without joining the programme. That's a big barrier that everyone has. We're trying to constantly, get the message out that you have to join the programme. You can't, just get free NRT and off with you. There was some conversation as well around the admin that's required when dealing with the pharmacies. A lot of people said as well the NRT should be promoted more. And we've kind of gone with a softly approach with that promotion of NRT, because we know there's not an endless supply, there's not an endless amount of money, there's not endless resource there, because we feel if we could really open the floodgates and everyone would be inundated and we'd very quickly run out of money. So that has to be managed. And then, of course, vaping came up, as it always does, and the frustration around that. So that's just to kind of give you an idea around the discussion with the advisors. So just honing in on the quit kit that was reviewed with the two groups of the stop smoking advisors. Most of the advisors claimed to share the quit kit with their clients. Some spoke about, adding their own materials and things like that. People really liked being able to physically give something to their clients, including the booklet. There was feedback on the booklet in terms of some of the imagery might have been a bit morbid, a bit difficult to read for some of their clients, very text heavy. There was also a lot of criticism of that fifth D, the don't dwell on it. There was a lot of negative feedback on that, so that was something we felt that we could address. People were very positive about the 28 days message. That seems to work really well with the clients. Everyone knows about it. People really like it as a goal. So it was considered very helpful. And then we also chatted about the calendar and how people liked tracking the days in the quit kit in the calendar, and how that was very helpful for people. And then someone suggested as well to include maybe inspirational quotes on the calendar, which I thought was a really nice idea, and something that we could definitely look at and improve upon. So that's some of the kind of insights that we gained out of the two groups of stop smoking advisors and quitline advisors as well. And then we spoke to the public. So as I mentioned, there was service users and non-service users. So there was online focus groups with this group, and there was over the phone interviews as well. These are just some quotes here about their experience with NRT. A lot of people said that they didn't know how to use it properly, for as long as they needed to. There was kind of some notes around having, odd dreams, skin reactions, all that kind of stuff. People just didn't have overall a really, really good understanding of the NRT, the products, what was available to them. Bearing in mind, this is not just people that are dealing with the Stop Smoking Advisor. This is the general public that are, out on their own, potentially getting it through a pharmacy on themselves. So there's just this big kind of misinformation gap around the NRT that we want to address. So, and everyone was really happy to hear that it's free, which is not really surprising. This is less to do with the assets. It was just some feedback that we got within the service that I thought it'd be nice to share with everyone today. It's not that relevant to the comms material, but I thought it'd be a good opportunity to take you guys through it. Everyone said that they were really, really satisfied with the service. Their experience was very positive. They thought the service was really easy to follow and to use. And a lot of people were very complimentary about their Stop Smoking Advisor. A lot of them credited their advisor with why they quit. They said they had to show up for their advisor. It was the accountability that really pushed them over the line to quit smoking, and how surprised they were at that, how beneficial that was. And then even there was people that were unsuccessful. They hadn't quit or they'd relapsed. And a lot of them said that wasn't down to like something lacking in the service. It might have been, something happened in their personal life that, got them back on the cigarettes, and they were like, I definitely use the service again. I'd give it another go. And a lot of people as well said that they'd refer family and friends on to use the service. And then one of the other kind of points that people made is that they really like the telephone support and how convenient that is as well. They like the kind of range of options that you can get with regard to the service. So they also took a look at the quit kit. People again really liked the physical aspect of it, being able to get something from their advisor or to get posted out to them when they order through the website. They like leaving the booklet on the table. A lot of people mentioned, there should be an app. We should be able to access the quit plan on the app. It's 2024. This is a bit odd that it's not something on my phone that I can easily access. There was criticism again around the 5 Ds. People really don't dwell on it. They're like, I'm quitting smoking, it's the only thing I'm dwelling on. And you saying don't dwell on it is not helpful. So that it was heard loud and clear. And then the money box as well. People referred to it as the troker box. It was old-fashioned. Unless people were typically a bit older, they didn't see it as a useful thing that you'd get in your quit kit, because a lot of people use Revolut, use Vaults. It's kind of cashless society now, so that's something that we could potentially scrap, and it's kind of expensive to print as well, so that's kind of win-win. So after we did all the research, there was a few kind of steps that we could take to improve things. We knew that we'd have to develop some assets for the NRT, remove the 5th D, update the quit kit. So there's a lot of stock there, so once that diminishes, we can look at updating some of the contents in it, update the booklet as well. We got a lot of feedback on that. And then the other comment about the app, the HSE is actually developing an app at the moment, which is due to go live next year, and Quit is going to be one of the first programs that are going to be integrated within the app, so people can access their quit plan in this HSE app. So the HSE app is something everyone in the country will hopefully download, but within that, if you want to quit smoking, you're going to have this app where we can send push notifications and different emails and messaging. Hopefully it can be very personalised, it'll have the NRT information. So that's a project that's been going on for the last probably year and a half. TFI are working very closely on prototypes and things like that with the HSC digital team. So that's very exciting, and probably Q2, Q3 next year when that app will be launched. So we did a photo shoot then for the NRT products. One of the challenges that I face is on social media or any imagery that we use, we have to go to stock, so iStock or Getty or any of those websites. You have to pay for them every time you use them. They're sometimes not kind of what you need. So we did a photo shoot with the creative agency to get some nice assets of the NRT. So we were able to use these products across a wide variety of different channels that we're on. So for example, we came up with these posters, and you can see that the NRT product covers up the negative around quitting smoking. And we recently used these posters in some advertising in the Aviva Stadium this year. So different matches that were on these posters were in the washroom. They're also available to download from healthpromotion.ie, and you can change the call to action at the bottom. So you can see there I have the quit.ie website, but you can change that to personalise it for like a mobile number or an email address or anything like that. So that's all available on healthpromotion.ie, and they've got a lot of positive reactions, the posters, because they're simple and nice and bright. So you can see then we have a social media asset here where it's again one of our pictures from that photo shoot, and I just wanted to show you social media graphic that's been animated. So that's an ad that's on our different social channels that's performing very well at the moment. It's getting a lot of interaction, a lot of website visits, a lot of people tagging each other and things like that. So that's just an example of kind of an evolution of that poster for social media. And then, as Elaine mentioned, we wanted to do some new videos as well around NRT. The challenge with videos these days is they have to be nice and quick. People have a very short attention span, so we can't shoot one video around NRT in its entirety because no one will ever watch 5 minutes about a subject like that. Like, it's pretty dry. So we had to cut up a lot of this content. And as Elaine mentioned, Julianne and Lisa helped us with these videos. You can see the topics there that we covered. I'm only going to show you a couple of them today. But the idea is that these videos will live on YouTube. And if you want to send out like how to use the patch to a client, it's a short link. You can text them out this video, or the gum, it's all chopped up, so you don't have to like overload people with information. We can share these videos on social media as well. So we'll hit those people that aren't going to use the service. They'll never use the service. They're happy to pay for NRT on their own, but they don't know how to use NRT. So if we educate them, hopefully we're going to help increase their chance of a successful quit. So I'll show you a couple of these videos now.
If you smoke, nicotine gum can help you quit. It comes in a range of flavours and it gives you a quick hit of nicotine after chewing. Here's how to use it. Each hour, choose one piece of gum. You can chew up to 15 pieces of gum a day. It gives a quick hit of nicotine and helps keep the cravings at bay. Chew the gum slowly until the taste becomes strong, then rest the gum between your jaw and your cheek. This is called the chew and park technique. It allows the nicotine to be absorbed by your mouth's lining. Once the taste fades, you can repeat 2 or 3 times for 30 minutes. Chew until strong again and rest between the jaw and cheek.
I've heard of people wearing the nicotine patch. Can you tell me what that's about?
Absolutely. There are 2 types of patches, the 16-hour patch and the 24-hour patch. So the 16-hour patch you usually put on first thing in the morning and you take off before you go to bed. The 24-hour patch is worn all day and overnight. So this is usually for people who might work on shift, who might wake up at night to smoke, or who might have really strong cravings in the morning. Nicotine patches deliver a dose of nicotine through your skin. Over the course of 12 weeks, with the support of your Stop Smoking advisor, this dose will be gradually reduced, which will help to wean off nicotine. Slapping on a nicotine patch every now and again really isn't the best way to quit smoking. Wear the patch consistently for 8 to 12 weeks and your Stop Smoking advisor will recommend proper dosage. Here's how to use it properly. Use 1 patch daily on a clean, dry, hairless spot. Keep the patch on for 16 or 24 hours. This ensures that you're getting a steady release of nicotine throughout the day. It is important to rotate the patch site daily. For example, if I put the patch on this arm one day, the following day I would put it on this arm. The patch is an easy to use and effective form of NRT when used as advised for as long as advised.
Trying to quit smoking? Well, just know that not all nicotine replacement therapies may be suitable for everyone. If you have dentures, avoid nicotine gum. If you have a sensitivity to plasters, you may need to try different brands of nicotine patches. When first using a patch, you may get some tingling or some sensation in your arms. If you have dexterity issues, you may find the mouth spray hard to open, as it can be quite tricky. And remember, talk to your GP or pharmacist if you are unsure, if you're under 18, if you're pregnant, or recently had a heart attack.
And then finally, just the new booklet that myself and Katrina have been working on. This has gone through NALA, so it's easier to read. It's a lot clearer in terms of the way the content is broken up. We've steered away from that kind of hospital photography that people really didn't like. We've tried to make it really bright and enticing. Again, that's an NRT patch that I've been able to use from that photo shoot, as I mentioned. We included some testimonials from people as well, from advisors and smokers, to break up the booklet a bit. That should be ready by the end of this week, and we'll print new versions and they'll be circulated, and they'll go into the Quit Kit as well. So yeah, that's just an overview of the new assets that I've been working on with the TFI guys. If anyone's any questions, that's my email address, or if you want the assets, drop me a line. Thanks.